be moved, make believe, like no other. If you guys familiar with these phrases, then you all gonna know what this video is all about. For those who doesn't, in this video we are going to see some awesome facts and things about Sony. Before that, smash that bell icon to get notified each time when video is being uploaded. Now without any further ado, let's get started. Let's start from the start of Sony. Do you know when Sony was started? It was called TTK. I don't want to mispronounce. You'll see abbreviation on the screen. It took 12 years for the company to be known as Sony. Everyone has their own philosophy. Sony has also one, called Kando. That means cultivating curiosity and over-satisfying customer. Its first invention to the market was actually a rice cooker, but it failed to be a commercial success. Everyone is familiar with cassette tape, right? Sony built Japan's first tape recorder called Type G in 1958. That time only, company changed its name to Sony. Not only the tape recorder, Sony developed first ever videotape called Betamax for home use, which is capable of recording 750 minutes of video. This technology later on developed as Super Betamax and Extended Definition Betamax. Speaking of storage, one of the old-time storage device, compact disc and DVD, was co-developed by Philips and Sony. And also it introduced Blu-ray disc and Blu-ray player first time to the market. Sony transformed the way we listen to the music by the invention of Walkman in 1979. At that time, Betamax tape losing their market share due to heavy competition of VHS tape. Sony was in situation to find the way to capitalize. On that time, Sony introduced Walkman, which later on revolutionized the music world. Actually, Walkman made Apple co-founder Steve Jobs get motivated to the invention of iPad. Sony launched the Discman series, which is extended their Walkman brand to portable CD products, and it was commercially available in 2006. Sony unveiled a prototype of company's first ever still video camera called the Mavica. This camera is positioned as pioneer of digital era. This model was an earlier adapter of revolutionary technology featuring a CCD and 2-inch floppy disk, while also enabling the user to conventionally switch lenses. Now let's focus on Sony Entertainment. Sony Corporation acquired Columbia Pictures Entertainment from Coca-Cola. Yes, Coca-Cola owned Columbia Pictures for several years. After 2 years from acquiring, it was renamed as Sony Pictures Entertainment. Same as CBS Records was acquired and renamed as Sony Music Entertainment. In 2012, Sony Entertainment was established by bringing all other Sony Entertainment platforms under one roof. Sony Pictures has quite a lot of subsidiaries, as follows. Those includes Sony Motion Picture, Television Production and Distribution Unit. And well, it's currently the world's 7th largest entertainment company in the terms of revenue. In Sony Pictures, the highest grossed film in worldwide was the movie Skyfall in 2012. It grossed around $1 billion. Sony Pictures has quite a number of franchises such as James Bond, Jumanji, Men in Black, Hellboy, Hotel Transylvania, and all-time favorite Spider-Man series. Facts would be incomplete if we not add PlayStation to it. To know that, let's see some history of Sony Interactive Entertainment. In 1993, Sony Computer Entertainment was established as a subsidiary of Sony Music Entertainment. It released first ever PlayStation console in 1994. Later on 2016, Sony reorganized and combined Sony Computer Entertainment and Sony Network Entertainment to form a new company called Sony Interactive Entertainment. Now let us see some facts of PlayStation. Nintendo asked Sony to develop an add-on for OTS video game console that could play compact disc. Sony did just so, but Nintendo wanted full licensing rights, which Sony wouldn't give it on. So Nintendo decided to break it off and Sony decided to create its own console. This turned around to be a PlayStation. Did you know US Air Force tried to connect 1760 PS3 together to form one big supercomputer? And actually they did it. PlayStation was the first video game console to sell over 102.5 million units. That more than the Xbox, GameCube and Nintendo combined. These are the glowing towers from the PS2 startup screen. The more games you play on PS2, the more glowing towers were added to the console startup screen. And the longer you played those games, the higher those towers go. PS2 was the first real motion-based gaming experience that allowing user interact with motion-based system without a controller. PS2 wasn't just a console, it was also a Linux computer. Yes, PS2 had an optional kit to convert it into a Linux computer. Sony kept this product quiet because they didn't want to confuse users and they did not want the impression of computer than console. Great Giant will also have some failures. Sony also had some failures such as Sony Vaio, Music Clip, Airboard, Sony PSX, PSP Go, but it made the way for its growth and became a great tech giant. Fortune magazine ranks Sony as the one of 27 companies that changed the world. In late 1950s and 1960s, made in Japan was the tag that means to be poor quality and cheap, but in 1980s it meant opposite. Sony and Casio products were the most recent for that change. And well, this is Rajwin. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys in my next one. You guys have a great day. Bye bye.